Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you heard the name. 2 years ago. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? He was my brother. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the then Deputy Chief of Police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. I looked at him and for like he kind of, I don't know. He kind of reminded me a bit of oh fuck, what's his name? Mr. Eggert. Yeah, he has the same eyes as Gant, and then the rest of him kind of looks like, what is it, Ashley Graydon? Is that his name? I forget. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least, according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. Absolutely no one on this goddamn planet. And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. I'm not trying to fool anyone, I'm just fucking confused. Well, I'm fucking confused too, but at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's gotta be more than just that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office's parking lot was a real one. Which, in turn, means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. Oh, fuck, oh, shit, that's what I'm hearing. Oh, God, oh, man, oh, no, I forgot all about that chick. I forgot all about what we were doing here. Oh, no. Oh, shit, now I have to actually go back to defending her. Now I have to actually do my job. Hold on, can I find another diversion? I was having a better time with that stuff. Anyway, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Yeah, audibly panicking, like, wait, oh, fuck, oh, no, wait, hold on, wait. No, wait a minute, wait. which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Star is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Fuck! I rest my case. It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. You made my job quite simple today. I could kick back. I almost contemplated reading a book or brewing some tea. Thank you ever so much, Mr. Wright. You make my life so easy. Unlike literally everyone else around me. Honestly, it's high time I caught a break. Think of yourself as a good Samaritan. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up fucking over my entire fucking case. That was the one thing I was actually trying to achieve in court, so that's really fucking unfortunate. Fuck me, dude. Maybe I need to look into a new job. I just completely boned this one up. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant... Hold it. That's right. We find the defendant. Hold it. Your Honor, wait! Emma, the defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right? What do you mean, right? I think she means Mr. Wright. Are you this girl's guardian by chance? Your Honor? Oh, in a sense. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking for is a minute of your time. 60 seconds. You can start the clock now. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please? I don't have it in me to disappoint a child. Fine. I don't want to leave any loose ends, and I can't. I am feeling physically pained by the puppy dog eyes. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Just stop looking at me like that. Okay, she's looking down. That's better. I can deal better with the lack of eye contact. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dart killings. Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So, I ran over there and looked at it again. So did you find something? No. Huh? Sorry. I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. So, is that all? That's all you got for me? You barged into the courtroom to say that? Go, girl, give us nothing. Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. But, Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them... Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. I'm just a kid. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Yeah, bye. No, wait, no, hold on. Wait. Time's up! Now then, Mr. Wright. No, wait, hold on. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? Can I go for unreasonable doubt? Can we do that? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use, but still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day! Yes, Your Honor. If ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Oh, I don't know. I object. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is that you're grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's gotta be something I can use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? Okay, prove something's missing. I feel like I should present the video. As they say back west, even a blind man can hit with buckshot. That is, so long as he's facing the general direction. Okay, fucking... I'm sorry for taking your words too fucking literally, I guess. It seems Mr. Wright's not sure which direction to face. It's no use. The more evidence there is, the greater the chance of me being wrong. Just calm down, Mr. Wright. Try and remember what the evidence room was like on the day of the crime. Yeah, I remember. It's just, I'm so fucking sorry. I'm so fucking sorry, your royal highnesses. Alright, content warning, everyone. What about that piece of plywood? The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Mr. Wright, are you trying to prove a point of contention, or are you trying to come up with slogans for the police department advertisements? Pick one. Alright, fine, Jesus. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here. So? It's not a fixture of the evidence room. So, watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? Oh. That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. What? So that means... just exactly what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me! I didn't put it there! Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in. Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. That's too late. It's far too late for that, buddy. If you didn't want far-fetched balderdash, you shouldn't have brought in me and Edgeworth. It's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. That's ridiculous! I refuse to accept your absurd claim! The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. Yeah, I love when Edgeworth gets mad. That's when you know shit's getting real. That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well. Then tell us, when did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? I would think it would have to be, If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh! The ID card record! Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, well, let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Ah! Ah! Miles Edgeworth! Just what have you done? I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, I say, that's physically impossible. God knows I would have loved to do it if it was. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. 7 sevens. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7 sevens. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 777777777. That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 77 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. But that's ridiculous! Not even for a fucking crime? Just how— I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates! I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana? Don't be stupid! She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number, and it's not 7 sevens. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SL9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Lana! I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant! Just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Order! 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 Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. Oh my God! Poor fucking Edgeworth. Man. that was such a terrible moment for him. Honestly, I feel like that's really the moment where he's just like, oh god, I can't keep doing this. Okay. I'm trying to decide where I want to go from here. I might take it a bit easy today since I did just fucking finish my exam week, since this is a stopping point, and then maybe... I don't remember exactly how much is left. I mean, this is day 3. I'll try to get through as much of it as possible next stream, possibly... I don't want to say I'll do it all because that's probably a fucking lot still left to go in this case at this point, but it's kind of hard to pace this goddamn episode, so I'm just trying to do my best. I think I will stop here and I'll work on actually getting my YouTube channel uploads up to date. I will be streaming the next couple weeks, and then obviously I'll write this down to server too, but obviously there's not going to be a stream on Sunday the 11th because I won't be here. But yeah, this popped off. Or is it yeah, no stream, and I'll make sure. I'm saying this all out loud so I can also make sure to remember to put it in the channel, but yeah. Yeah, that was a really fun stream. That was great. I feel like that's just I really like ending on a punchy note. Makes me feel good about life. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here and making it such a great stream. I'll see you again next week, and we'll see how much of this bear we can vanquish when the time comes. All right, take care, guys.